close your eyes and just push the button. And if someone asks you, did you vote for Christie, you can honestly say, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Just, you know you don't want him. Give me a shot. How bad could I be? It's okay to win that way as a Republican in this state. Because then the next 4 years are about who we are and what we stand for. And when we had the opportunity of 4 years to do the things that we stood for, and to show government run in a competent, direct, honest way, we got 61% of the vote for re-election as a Republican in a blue state. I'm telling you all this because we win when the Democrats screw up. That's the nature of being a minority party. You're not going to win just because what you do is good. You're going to win because what they do is bad. And this guy is well on the road. Don't be despondent. Don't be impatient. For God's sakes, it seems like a long time, but it's only been 15 months. The two things that have been most amazing to me in the last 15 months has been how many people think he's been governor a lot longer. Right? That's our people. Our people think he's been governor a lot longer. I get conservatives who come to me and go, oh God, are you going to come back? Can you please come back? And then the other part is the people, the independents, the people who are not really focused in all this stuff. I can't tell you how many times, and this is the truth, even up till now, it has happened to me in the airport leaving to go on vacation last weekend. Guy came up to me in Newark Airport, just like this. I'm going to use you as a prop. I apologize. I'm sitting there outside the gate waiting for our flight. The guy comes up, puts his hand on my shoulder like this, and he says, Governor, let me tell you something. You are doing one hell of a job. So I looked up at him and I said, I appreciate that. I'm trying to prompt the guy, right? I said, I did the best I could. So I used past tense to try to give him the clue. He goes, every morning I wake up feeling better knowing you're my governor. So now Mary Pat's sitting next to me, and she's kind of like nudging me, like, you gotta tell the guy. I can't let him walk away thinking you're still the governor. So I said to him, well, I appreciate that in all the years that I served, that I made you feel good and safe and secure. But you do know, I'm not the governor anymore. And he goes, you're not? And I said, no. And he said, who is? And I said, Phil Murphy. And he goes, he won? And I said, yep. Oh man, I missed that. That goes back to what my mother used to tell me when I was growing up and I would feel slighted by somebody who didn't invite me to a birthday party or some, conversation I wanted to have that I didn't have. She used to say to me all the time, remember, Christopher, you are not the center of everyone's universe. So what we're talking about here is not the center of everyone's universe, but it does tell you something. I bet you if you went back to the first 15 months from January of 2010 to April of 2011, there wasn't anybody in this state who didn't know who the goddamn governor was. Because that's what leadership is. Leadership is not leading from behind. This guy says, I have your back. What does that mean? I have your back. I don't need you to have my back, buddy. You want to be governor, I need you to have my front. I need you to be running point. I need you to be the person who's out there leading and making a difference and talking about the things that matter in people's lives, not I have your back. The other thing he says all the time, which drives me crazy, I don't know about you, is period, full stop. All right, listen, I speak English, you speak English. When I stop, that's a period. And we all know that because we speak English. This joker is like period, full stop. What the hell does that mean? What this tells you, and I warned you all about this in 2009, New Jersey is a very different state, and we are very different people. We just are. For good and for bad, we're different. We can't elect someone who's not one of us. We've done it twice now. We've done it twice. Corzine was from Illinois. How the hell do we expect him to understand what it's like to live in New Jersey? He didn't live in New Jersey, he slept in New Jersey. And got up in the morning and took the train to Manhattan, made all of his money at Goldman Sachs, and then took the train back. He didn't live here. He didn't work here. He slept here. And you think we would have learned the first time. And now we got this guy who sleeps here. Now we're seeing what it's like when he actually has to live here. Can't escape to Manhattan every day. Can't escape to go be the ambassador of Germany. He's got to actually live here now and spend 24 hours a day here. So when he says period, full stop, and people are like, what? What's that mean? Am I supposed to be impressed with that? I'm telling you, the road to us returning to the governorship is going to be based on two things. One, let Murphy continue to be Murphy. Don't try to stop him. Let him go. He wants this to be the California of the East. Let him go. Second thing is we better nominate somebody who's willing to fight. We better nominate somebody who knows who they are, is willing to say what they believe, and stand there and plant your feet in the ground and take the punches that will come for standing for those things. See, we've had too many candidates over the years who try to figure out how to thread the needle. You don't thread the needle here. Be who you are. Say what you believe. Stand for the things you stand for. And fight. This is a state that loves fighters. Because you can't survive in this state and not be a fighter. We don't have a fighter now. Andrew Cuomo's walking all over us across the river with this congestion pricing stuff. And what's Phil Murphy do? He puts out a press release. Well, hell, man, you should have been talking to him long before the press release. But since he has no relationship with Andrew Cuomo, there are no conversations. He's got folks in the legislature who won't do almost any of what he wants on either side of the aisle. Why? They're not impressed. They're not loving him, and they're not intimidated by him. When you're governor, you better have one or the other. They either better love you, or they better be scared of you. Because if they're not either loving you or scared of you, and I used to like both, actually, because I'm kind of greedy. If you don't have both, you can't get things done. All of that is about knowing who you are. Steve Orho and I, over the years, even though we agree on 95% of issues, we had some good yelling matches. I remember one in particular. Over the phone in my office.
90 minutes.
90 minutes. 90 minutes of screaming at each other.
On a weekend.
Yes. Well, I'm working, he's got to work. And, you know, the fact is that what happened as a result of that? Through all the yelling, we heard each other. And we wound up coming up with a compromise that got important legislation done. But that would have never happened if he didn't respect me and I didn't respect him. And that respect's developed because you try to build a relationship with somebody. Do not be despondent. It's only 15 months. It's only 15 months. Give it some time. Look at what's happening with the polling. Every month his unfavorables go up. Every month. So you need to stand where you are. And get a new leader to come and stand with you. Don't move. Don't change. Stand where you are. You're right on these issues. You're right for the state. You're right for your families. You're right for your friends. Stand there. People will come. They will. First time I ran, I got 48% of the vote in a 3-person race. 4 years later, I got 61%. And I didn't change one bit from 09 to 13 in terms of the things I was saying and the things I was doing. I stood with you. You just heard it. We did the things we promised we would do. All the things that the media told us were going to be unpopular. Can't stand for the Second Amendment in New Jersey. No, you can't do that. That'll make you unpopular. You can't stand for hunters and fishermen and sportsmen. That'll be unpopular. You can't reinstitute the bear hunt in New Jersey. That'll be unpopular. Well, I can only tell you, I did all those things in the first 4 years, and I won re-election and won it by more than anybody ever expected I would. And guess what? It's still happening. He did take some of the things that we accomplished away, but not all of them. And the fact is, the reason that's occurring is because you're right. You're right on the issues. So, I don't do much of this anymore. I tried to keep quiet the first 15 months. A true challenge for me. But I really felt like the new governor needed an opportunity to tell us who he is. So I've given him 15 months now, and all he's told us is, he isn't me. Well, damn, man, we knew that 15 months ago. We didn't need to watch the last 15 months to know he wasn't me. He's not from here. He's not plain spoken. He's not tough. He's not a fighter. He doesn't stand for what he believes in. So we already knew he wasn't me. Now what we're going to find out over the next 2.5 years is, who is he? Who is he? And you all have to be the people to give confidence, not despondency, confidence. So I'm going to end with this. If you don't believe, no one will. If you give up, no one else will join in. If you hang your head, no one will keep theirs up. If you think it can't be done, it won't be done. When I walked out of New Egypt 10 years ago, I remember turning to my campaign manager, Bill Stepien, and I said, damn, man, maybe we actually win this thing. That's the way you made me feel when I left that rally that day. That's what you need to do for the people who believe in the same things we believe in. Get loud. Don't let this guy get away with this stuff. Stand up. Be heard. Write letters to the editor. Go and show up in things. Speak on the things that you believe in. Don't give in. Despondency gets us nowhere. From November of 17 through January of 18, you were allowed to be despondent. That's fine. But man, come January 18, the fight was on. And we haven't been in the fight. I'm upset with my own party about this. We are not in the fight. Our leaders are not standing up and speaking out. Oh, we're the Republicans. Oh, we're the minority. Damn it, you always have been. You were never the majority when I was governor. We need our people to stand up and speak out. Let this guy know a fight's coming. People who don't know how to fight don't want a fight. They want one of those fake fights. I listen to him talk all the time about me. And I think to myself, man, every night when you go to bed, to the extent you pray, you better thank God it wasn't me a year and a half ago you were running against. And you all know that. Because you've watched how I campaign. You've watched how I fight to get things done. And he should be happy that he didn't have to face that. Now, we got to find somebody to do that in 2021. We got plenty of time. We got time to figure this out. Let's get some good people elected to the legislature this fall. Get some more reinforcements to the men and women who are already there. And then let's get going. I want to see history repeat itself. It's done it every time since 1977. And if it doesn't this time, you know whose fault it is? Ours. Ours. So let's not give in. You care about all the issues we talked about today? You want to see them maintained and the ones who've been rolled back reinstated? Then let's get somebody who believes in our issues, support them, speak up for them, fight for them, and fight against the stuff these guys are trying to do. I recently ran into someone at a book signing who was one of the folks that I pardoned near the end of my term for a gun violation. Now, most of these people I never met. I had the opportunity to read their files and get recommendations from people, and This is someone who was an out-of-state person